This video is going to show you how to properly set up these table numbers, how to configure these table numbers, and also how to display them and much more. Also, or maybe you want to change these positions a bit, you can modify them as you like. For example, let's say I want to change table 1 to table 1A. 1A. How would I do that? Table 1 right here. First, let's go ahead and change table 1 to table 1A. And then over on the right-hand side, we're going to add a second table called table 1B, right? So that is exactly right. So now it has been changed. Also, I should definitely mention that if you go ahead and fill up all of the available spots here, there will be a total of 100 tables, right? That is 50 on the top section and another 50 on the bottom section. So in total, 100 tables is the absolute maximum capacity, right? Usually having 100 tables is more than enough for most cases. All right, so for the actual table setup process, here we are currently defining the first 50 tables. So that's from table 51 to table 100, right? That is the second page, right? Now, one thing to pay attention to here is that this is the button number, the make button, right? So what we call the button right here is actually number 25. But for example, let's look at this specific one here. This is number 14, right? This physical button is labeled as number 14, but you can easily turn this number 14 into something like the restaurant's table number 10 instead. In other words, this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? 11, 12, 13, and 14. So this is the 14th button, right? Now in the restaurant, right here in the restaurant, we call this specific 14th button the one that represents table number 10. All right, so now let's try to do something else, which is to move table number 16 over here. Move it here, move it to the right side of table number 18. So for the table setup, table 16 is right here. All right, I don't want it here now. I'll put it at button number 59, at the 59th button, table 16. Sure. All right, so 16, right? Then this button here is 99, and this button is 100. So what about these other buttons? You can just use them as temporary nicknames, right? Like, for example, you can temporarily call this button 555 if you want. All right then, so this button has now become 55, okay? So how exactly do you set this up? Specifically, how do you configure these temporary table number buttons? Well, the process is actually quite simple. What you just need to do is take this specific button right here, button number 71, and turn it into a hyphen or a dash. By doing this, it will effectively become a flexible table entry where you can assign any table number you want. It becomes a flexible table, right? All right, so basically, you can change these specific numbers at any time, and you can also move table number 5 to any location you want, right? So usually, these are configured and organized according to exactly how the tables are arranged in your restaurant. That way, employees can locate and identify the tables more easily, especially for new staff members. For example, it's much easier for them to recognize table number 9, right? Diagonally across is table number 5, on the right is table number 10, and below table 10 is table 15, making it easier to spot the tables.